Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
Yeah, it's on. It's rolling. We're 10 seconds deep into this.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, big surprise there. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I gotta do bar stools.
Yes.
So I was looking at, there's metal ones that they have that are all like one piece solid bar stools. What's up from Tennessee? What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
And so I was thinking about
Alex.
maybe getting into those. Hey!
You know those,
Because I hate these bar stools.
like a soccer chairs, but they make a, like
Yeah,
a
but
big
those are
one?
gonna creak. The whole problem is that it needs to be a solid chair that doesn't make any noise. Great job on the Colorado. Thank you. I wonder if he called today. I don't know. That's serious. Oregon in the house.
What's up?
If you were right off the bat, if you were to build a 5-channel from the ground up, what type of power and what features would you include? Ooh, Donald. See, I've actually thought about this a lot. Hey, Mom, what's going on?
Hey, Mom.
All right, so the question is, if I had my Dream 5-channel, George, we're glad you're here. If I had my Dream 5-channel amplifier, what would I build? So while you guys are building in, you think of what you want your Dream 5-channel amp to be, and I'll tell you what I want my Dream 5-channel amp to be. Robert Van Hoyt! What's up, Mr. Cold Man in Missouri?
What's up, Eric?
Hey, from Norway! What's going on? In Australia!
What's up,
Look
Jason?
at that. You guys are all. Is Jason here?
Yeah.
All right, Jason, keeper of the time is here. All right, so while this is piling in, I'm going to get to that because I have thoughts on that, of course.
Okay.
Tomorrow on YouTube, we are going to have Ernie Hartman doing a pack Q&A. Stinger also, doesn't matter. Basically anything Amp Global related. If you guys have questions about things like radio replacement, interfaces, Amp Pros, so that would
modules,
be
yeah.
pack modules, RP4s, anything pack
Steering wheel
related.
control doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Ernie on to address just that. So we're gonna have a straight up pack Q&A. So you guys can ask anything you want of him. It's gonna be a live show on YouTube.
So if you have a question right now, save it for tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or ask and we'll tell you to save it for tomorrow, so it'll be a great way to do that. Can I listen to all the different speakers that you carry? No. We only have a select few of them on hand for you to actually listen to.
No. Yeah.
It totally sucks, but it's how it is.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, if I could build my Dream 5-channel amplifier, what would it be? I can tell you right now, no one makes one. There's nothing out there that is even close because it wouldn't be the 5-channel amp that you were thinking of. My 5-channel amplifier would be 3 by 120 and then 2 by 70. So the 5-channel, the 5th channel would be for a center channel. Now it could be 3 by 75 and 2 by 120. That would work also. But the 5th channel would not be for a subwoofer. It would be for a center channel. And the reason behind that is that more and more cars are coming with center channels and we have almost no way to retain them. So even if we wanted to do a cool up-mix system, we don't have the way to do it because no one's making a 5-channel amplifier that will do that. Do you have a thought on the matter?
I'm gonna say 250.
250?
250 for 3 channels.
So you're gonna do the same style amplifier?
No, because I don't care about a center channel.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. I
don't care about a center channel.
So you're doing a conventional 5-channel. So
yes,
basically,
I would do a conventional 5-channel. Just.
So like the new audio control, the 61300 is probably what you'd be interested in.
Yes, and that's what I'm excited about that 5-channel because
definitely staggered power. I love staggered power. I don't. Because remember the Kenwood amp used to have staggered. The 4-channel was like 120 by 2, 75 by 2. That was awesome. And like we were talking about the Audison Voce 5.1, 75, 120, and 800. And 1 and 2 are Class A. So it's like the perfect front stage and subwoofer, but nothing for that.
Hey, it's Bill here. How is over there,
I was gonna say, what are you doing in Cabo, Bill? How's everything going over there, Mr. Vacation Man? You deserve it though, buddy. I hope you're having a good time.
I hope you have a good time. Yeah. Elias, what's going on, man?
So, Bill, I'll tell you right now, Paul is ordering a giant Audison system from you guys this week that we'll be putting next week. That you're gonna just be like, oh my god, super excited about the new Audio Control 5-channel. So are we.
Yeah, me too.
We're not gonna see it till next year, though. I'm almost positive that's not gonna happen. When we talked to Chris. Apparently Tuesday is the big meeting days at Audio Control, and
so
we talked to him on a Tuesday, and
product.
we were talking about new product. And he goes, "Do me a favor, let's not ever talk about new products on Tuesday." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Cause it's like this," and he's like, "It just depresses me. Delete all centers." No, why? Why delete the centers? I mean, no. Forget that. I want to retain my center. I have a center in my car. It's not upmixed. It's just kind of like doing its thing. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm really excited about the mini DSP from Helix. It's just a matter of getting it in there. But yeah, I mean, no.
I like the center channel. Don't get me wrong. I like the center channel, but I wouldn't lose the sleep. Like, oh my god, it's fine.
Sean, I love I did not finish it. It just kind of worked out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it happened. San Diego, good evening.
All right.
Hello from my bathroom on my toilet.
So, Robert...
Been there, James.
Robert Benhoit asked Saturday about SQ difference between the KX and the CX amplifiers, not speakers.
Ooh, oh, okay. So really the main difference between the two amplifiers is probably going to come down to, if I was channeling my inner Joe, will be the power supply structures between the two and how they make power. The red stripe amplifiers are going to be more constant power, or more power that is designed to stay at X amount of volt. Yep. It's designed to stay at wattage. It's going to do what it needs to. I'm thinking not as intense as the Q class will do, but it's going to be a better, a more precise way of doing it. Whereas the yellow slash stuff is probably going to be a little bit more free range, I'm going to say. Just a little bit more wild. Just little get it into you and go. The products that go into the red stripe, as far as all the internals, are better. Yeah. They use better, all the electronics inside are better. Yeah. Hello from Australia.
What's up, Jesse?
So,
David.
That's really what it's going to come down to. Is there an audible difference? Yes. Okay. I would definitely say there's an audio difference.
The only thing, like I say, I don't care about the center channels because I'm driving all the time in my car. And
it reads from both seats, though.
And it's like...
I still like it.
I don't care the passenger.
Guess what, Mel? You're getting a box this week. Which sucks because it's frozen in Texas. You won't get to use it, but you're still getting a box this week.
Merry Christmas, Mel.
Merry Christmas, Lane. What's up, Mike? What's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
What would be
Hello
the same
from
level
the bathroom.
or better as the JL VXI? I'm not a big fan of the cables. I'm not a big fan of the cables either. As you saw from the picture we did on that one, I had to come up with some creative ideas to do that. Easily enough, you could look at the Forza amplifier, and you could also look at ARC's amplifier. Both ARC and Audison make similar 8-channel DSP amplifiers. Yep. Just to appease your curiosity, I happen to have the Forza here. I have the smaller ARC.
How you guys doing, man?
So the Forza, which is about the same, maybe a tad smaller than the VXI as far as physical footprint goes, it uses this plug right here in order to plug in for that, and then it has these smaller outputs here for the speakers. And the plugs just look like the normal plugs you'd see in just about anything. These are still in the bag. Hold on.
Okay.
I know. I suck at opening bags.
We should take everything off.
I know, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah. Why are they still in the bags?
Well, I mean, don't throw away the bag, but
why?
Just keep it under the...
My amp, it's not going anywhere. So here's your speaker output, which is this plug right here. So it's all labeled here on these gray little ends. So that's gonna plug in like this. Okay, so nice and simple. And then your RCAs, now this is what makes this good, okay? So here is your RCA inputs. All right, as you can see, because it can be high level or low level. Now what makes this really cool is you can cut these and make them as long as you want. Okay, so think of like the Rockford T amplifiers that we do all the time. We always cut those off right away, and then we buy these from Stinger, which is their cool RCA bulk ends. These guys right here is the X series. So this is the X12 line. You can easily just cut these off and use speed wire to go all the way up to your source unit, solder a set of these on, and you're done. You don't need any expensive RCAs or none of that stuff. And then of course they have the other for high level, these guys right here, you know, whatnot. So lots of cool pieces, but as you can see, way cooler. So this is the preamp input here. This is your speaker level input here. This is the Prima Forza, and then because we got it, we'll show it the Arc, which this is the smaller of the two, but this is also an 8-channel DSP, so amplifier. This is the Arc, as you can see. Very similar idea. You got an output harness here, which is going to be the same way. Uses this guy. Okay, nice. You can make it as long or short as you want. Now the input, if you're doing RCA, it's not a cuttable cable, but you still have, this almost looks, so there's your 4 inputs right there.
I'm going to say you can cut it.
I wouldn't. I mean, but it's only a 4 input. And then your high level input, this is your high level input here. So, hold on. Hey, guess what? They're the exact same plugs doing the exact same thing. So if you wanted, you could probably use the high level plug and solder RCAs onto it.
It is the positive and negatives, right?
Yeah, positive and negatives are right. So if you wanted to make a longer set of RCAs, instead of using these short guys, you could use this and then get that same pack piece, or get a female version, which they don't have. Don't get me started. And there you go.
All right.
So yeah, there's a couple different amplifiers other than the VXIs that will do the job for you.
Wow.
And I can tell you, both of these are really fun. If you want to know more about these amplifiers or how the DSP works, definitely just head over to their sites and download the DSPs and play with them. That's what they're there for. We did do a review of the Forza a couple times on the show. So,
ready? All right. Hi, I swapped a Pioneer AVH 601 EX recently and installed a Kengo DDX9905S on my 2006 Vans CLK 500. I'm using the spiral installation steering wheel control interface, which worked fine on the Pioneer. After the swap, my steering wheel control no longer worked.
What's up, Anthony? How's it going?
What's that, Anthony?
He's changed the name of his YouTube show.
Yes, calls Anthony.
Is it?
It's Anthony.
What's the new name of your YouTube show, Anthony? Because I know it's not Ant-Man, and I know the logo. Anyways, so your spiral audio steering wheel control is working?
Yeah, it's not working after the swapping the Pioneer to the Kenwood.
It's not going to. Well, so all these steering wheel control interfaces have to be programmed for what radio it is they're trying to be connected to. So, for example, on
Hi, Scotty.
PAC modules, which are basically in even access modules, you have to tell it what it's going on to. PAC has either dip switches or they have a rotary switch. On the access piece, you press a button for reprogramming, and the radio has to be plugged in, and the steering wheel all has to be plugged in, and you press a button on here and it sends little pulses out and reads that. My guess is that's the exact same thing on the spiral audio kit, which it probably connects to, and that it needs to be resynced to the radio in the car. It's not, they use 2 totally different protocols.
Alright, DD1 shows distortion.
That's right, Anthony's Car Audio Live. Yeah. Check it out on YouTube, guys. Yeah. It's a car audio vlog where he talks about all the fun things that him and Junior do. Junior's awesome, by the way. Pat him on the back for me. That guy's got talent, man. All you guys have talent. There's no doubt about it. He's just on the camera a lot. Good job.
He shows everything.
He does. He does a lot of neat stuff. Yeah. And he broke the laser. It was his fault. I saw him do it.
Alright, so DD1 shows distortion always out of the DSP. No matter what I do upstream of it, the 40 Hertz and the 1000 light never came on. only in the distortion light. I'm guessing is the input. You don't get enough signal.
On what? The DD1?
On the DD1 shows distortion always out of the DSP.
Oh. Try swapping the positive and negative. Sometimes the speaker output is sometimes what you're actually testing needs to be the negative and not the positive. So try going from the positive to negative and see if there's something going on there. But that's usually it's a signal thing. So D'Amore just did a video a couple months ago called I think the 8 things that can possibly go wrong with the DD1. So if you head over to D'Amore's which his name is on the front of the DD1. Head over to his YouTube channel. He's got a whole video on talking about like 8 or 10 things that can possibly go wrong. Dean, relay to stop, turn on, pop after output. Well, the relay might actually add the turn on.
Pop.
Might actually add the pop, but sometimes the relay it comes down to milliseconds of delay. If you can just slow something down, sometimes the relay will work, sometimes the relay won't work.
Jason said, do you hear about from James lately?
I have not, and it's kind of a bummer. I need to call him, but his time difference is way off.
Unsubscribed from the channel yesterday.
What's that?
He unsubscribed from
the channel. He unsubscribed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks. What's up, Jen? Dang, a time change. I'm late. I know, time change stinks.
Okay, yeah. He say no such a thing as a perfect channel, a perfect center channel. I'm gonna disagree.
Andy would probably totally disagree with that.
I'm gonna disagree.
I think Andy would. I don't know what a perfect anything in car audio is.
But
let's be honest.
When
what
we went
perfect?
to Knowledge Fest, Arc Audio.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Brian. Yeah.
Dude, that bowl, that was awesome. That was really nice.
Well, he didn't have a center channel.
No, but that was like...
It sounded like a center channel.
It sounded like a center channel.
Car.
Exactly.
I'm new here. Is this a weekly thing? Yes, this is a weekly thing. We've been doing this for about 3 years now, Kurt. So we do this every week. I didn't unsubscribe. I didn't unsubscribe either, Bobby. No. That would take too much time. Description perfect? Describe perfect. Huh, okay, Mark. Yeah.
All right, Addison.
Exactly. What is perfect? I mean, I don't. Are we talking about Mark Jackson? Okay, hold on.
All right.
Hi, great show, guys. I upgraded my DSP to the Phoenix Gold. Now I have some alternator whine that doesn't change with the volume from the head unit. I didn't have it before. I'm using a Kenwood. Okay, with low-level inputs. What's your thoughts? So, Mark. Chances are good you actually had it before, you just couldn't hear it. And the reason why you couldn't hear it is because the products you were using weren't passing those frequencies. The frequency response on the newer DSP is probably greater than the product you had before it. This is something we talked about exclusively when we were talking about John about RCA cables, where Randy had an issue where he went from some cheap RCA cables all the way over to the 9000s, and he all of a sudden had alternator whine because he said it wasn't there before, and what it turned out is it was there before, you just couldn't realize it because of the quality of the product existing before it. My guess is to go through and check your installation. Something is probably close to something else that is now you're hearing it. But that's where I would start, for sure. Maybe try a different set of RCAs.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on SCAR audio? The only reason I ask is because I'm installing a 500 watts 4-channel in the morning.
They're good.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no problems with them. I mean, I'm using the 4000 series. I mean, that's a good cable. There's no doubt about it. There again, check and see where it's ran. Check and see where you got your ground points. Sometimes with DSPs, there is ground point issues. It's like going back to the old goofy things where you had to worry about getting your EQ in the dash and your radio all grounded together. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you run into some ground issues for sure. Just bought my Roku for Disney Plus. I got an Apple TV, bro. We almost hooked that up the other day too, by the way. The second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the new one. Okay, so
almost.
Not perfect. I'm having trouble understanding what center channel is for. Great idea. All right, let's go over real quick what a center image is, and then we can break out what a center channel is. So if you have a surround sound in your house, You have a left and right, and you have a center channel, and you have rear effects channels, possibly 2 sets of rear effects channels, and you have a subwoofer, depending on, and you may even have a front effects channel, depending on how crazy you're now. The center channel is used for the main vocal, so when the people are talking in front of you on the TV, the sound is coming from there. That is a multi-channel audio stream, so you have more channels recorded in it. You can have 6, 7, 8, 9 channels of audio in a movie. In home or in what we call stereo, you have 2 channels. You have a left, you have a right. Then you have to rely on what's called imaging. So when they're recording the track and mixing it together, you don't want your vocalist to sound like she's coming out of your left and right speaker. You want her to sound like she's standing in front of you. So how do you do that? Well, you do that via delay. So as I'm sitting here, this speaker is 5 feet away, that speaker is 5 feet away, and as she sings, she will come together. She's a simple track in the center, and boom. It's okay, Bobby, I won't hold that against you. So okay. She now sounds like she's coming out of the center of this, because that's where she's standing. Now, if she's standing off to the left a little bit, she should sound like she's off to the left. This is a guitarist on the right. He should sound like he's coming from there. The drummer should be there. All the space of where the sound is coming from in 2-channel audio, if recorded properly, should sound like it's coming from that right place. Unfortunately, a lot of the crap that we listen to now is just digital garbage. It's fake, and there's actually no instruments played. And the mixer just puts stuff where he thinks it should be, and it's all illusion, and it's all garbage.
Illusion.
It's okay. Now, but the vocalist is typically dead center. What a center channel is designed to do is use something called an up mixer. You could also use all pass filters. There's a couple different ways you can do this, but it's for what's called 2-seat audio, meaning I'm driving, he's the passenger. Whether I'm here or he's there, the center channel is designed to take that same main vocal, okay, but now it has to pull it out of a 2-channel audio system, so it needs some processing power in order to give both passenger and driver the joy of something coming out of the center of the dash going, help me Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have a similar experience where I'm sitting left or I'm sitting right. Now if you sit in something that has, let's say, a factory Mark Levinson system in it, or possibly a new GM that has a really nice Bose system in it, you'll hear these things and it will do that. It will sound like there's, both for driver and passenger, like there's audio coming out of the center of the dash, okay? Because they've put a lot of money into making it do that.
Correct.
Now, that's what a center channel is designed to do. Now, you as a 1-seat car, meaning me just sitting here, I can simply create the illusion of a center channel by delaying it to by moving this speaker out further to match the distance of that speaker, thus creating a stereo effect and moving the center channel into there, and then the instruments will do the same thing as if I was in a house and whatnot. However, now the passenger sitting over here, he has no joy whatsoever. To him, it sounds like everything is just coming out of the speaker that's closest to his head. He probably can't even hear the sounds coming from the driver's side. Okay, is it the end of the world? No. You're the driver. Yes, it's the most important thing, and it's really cool. All right, what does a center channel do for the rest of us, like if we're still driving? Well, a center channel can also help give us a more defined image in the center, because we are now allowing those other speakers in the car to just do what they need to do and have vocal just coming out of here. Is there an advantage to it? Depends. Is it a more pleasurable experience? There again, it's up to you. I have it in my car. I kind of enjoy it. Can I turn it off and it almost sounds the same? Yeah, because it's really not doing much, but it's there. But that is, in a nutshell, what it will do and how you can use it. The other thing, too, is, let's say you don't have a big DSP. Well, center channel will... But you can't simply take a left and a right, combine them together, and have a speaker come out of the dash, which is what 90% more than that of what center channel audio is. So if you buy a Toyota and it has a center channel, boom, boom, that's exactly what they do. If you get an F-150, it has a center channel, same thing.
Lexus.
No, if it's got a Mark Levinson, it's a true up-mix center channel. So there you go. Okay, enough of that.
All right, my Kenwood 9904S has been losing tune and locking me out in audio systems. Oh, wow. That is...
Okay.
I think I heard that before.
What is it?
Everything's grayed out, and the only thing brings it back is a factory reset.
Wow.
It happens twice in a week. What could it cost that? Remember, I thought you said that was something internal on the...
Which radio was
chip.
it?
It's a Kenwood 9904S.
Oh.
So you probably have.
I mean, that's the simplest one to ground. So that's one of those weird phantom things that just kind of happens. I mean, if the emergency brake is grounded, there's no reason why it should lock you out. So with crazy things like that, and those things happen. Oh, no problem, man. Really, what you want to do is kind of try to document when these strange things occur. Sometimes things that seem totally random aren't totally random. And the reason why I'm trying to figure, like, if it's only happened twice, it's going to be really tough. But you really want to look at everything that is going and then write it down. So, for example, does it happen at night? Does it happen at day? Does it happen at day and night? Does it happen after the car's been sitting and it's a hot day? Does it happen on a cold day? Does it happen when I got out of the car and I was playing Bluetooth and I get back in the car and I'm playing FM? These are all things that really, for problems like that are going to be super obscure and are just going to suck as far as from a repair point of view, knowing and being able to go, look, this is all the stuff I've tried and this is what I've figured out. And none of it makes any sense other than just going, none of it makes any sense. It doesn't matter what time of the day, it doesn't matter. So the more information you can have, the better. It has a 2-year warranty. You definitely want to send it in and get it repaired, but you don't want to send it in and have it come back no problem found. So that's that.
All right.
Dusty, come on, man, slow it down. I think he did.
I've been hearing a lot about up mixers lately. What processor in the aftermarket industry offers a 2-seat tuning?
So you'd be surprised, but the most affordable one that we've found is this guy right here. This is the Helix Mini DSP. This is what we call a 4-to-6. Now, a 4-to-6 means it has 4 channels of input, so you can run any 4 channels of input you want. Technically, you only need 2. You need a left and you need a right that are full frequency. Then what it's going to do is it has an up mixer. So the 4 outputs, 1 through 4, are going to be for either front tweeters, front mid, or front left and right, and rear left and right, and then channels 5 is center, channel 6 is the subwoofer. So what this will allow you to do is if you're fortunate enough to have my dream 5-channel amplifier that we talked about at the beginning of the show, which doesn't exist, but if you did, you could take this guy and power your front 3 tweeters, or I'm sorry, your front 2 tweeters and your center channel, and then your 2 mid bass, and then go off to your subwoofer. And then you'd have this perfect sounding front image car that you'd just be like, oh, it sounds so good, it's all active, yay! But this is going to be your most affordable input into a upmixed center channel. Other than that, most DSPs, I won't say most, a lot of DSPs that are stupid expensive will give you the ability to look into center channel. When you're searching the webs, trying to find something, of course the Helix have it, is you're going to find something that distinctively talks about center channel upmixing.
All right.
That's it. I don't know if the Audison has it or not.
All right, 2018 Chrysler 300 running a SCAR 3500 on a stock electrical.
Just check. I think it's under $500.
I think so. Yeah. Clipping and loud volume. Volts drop from 14 to 11. Will the extra battery fix this?
Oh, is Big D Wiz here?
I don't see him over here.
He said hi, Big D Wiz. If he's here, hi.
Hi. All right. So yeah.
So the voltage is dropping.
Dropping. It's a 300. It's a 2008.
300.
Yeah. 2018 300 3500 amp.
Wow. That's
clipping. It's a loud volume. I mean, definitely an extra battery is gonna.
Oh, I would definitely put
help.
I would definitely put an extra battery in a Chrysler.
But I don't know if you're clipping.
Well, the gains could be up too high. I mean, here's the deal. Power is key. All right. So most of the time, here's what happens. A 3,500 watt amp. If my guess is it's probably the bigger. What is it? The SKs. Is that what they're called? The bigger guys, because it's the RPs.
SK2 something.
Yeah. The RPs don't go up that high. See, Derek is here. What's up, everyone?
Hey, what's up, man?
We need to go on the show again. We need to go on his show. We need to have you on the show. I think both of us should do his show. That would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, you got a big 1,300 watt amp. That has a big factory battery in it, but the electrical system in those are questionable at best. I'm not gonna lie. Love Chrysler, but the question just. So I would add definitely add a second battery. Take out your spare tire because really, my guess is you're not going to be able to get to it anyways if you got that much into it. Put a couple batteries in there. Get the big ones. I'd just put 2 extra batteries in there, and I'd buy a charger for them that plugs into the wall. Pack makes one of those. I think it's under the Stinger brand. They make a charger that you can just plug into the wall because obviously you can daisy chain them off your factory battery, but you're not going to be putting a bigger alternator in there. So get a charger that plugs into the wall, and we'll top off those batteries. Charge it maybe once or twice a week. If you park it in the garage, that'd be easy to do. The RP goes up to 3,500 now?
Yeah.
Really?
I
thought they were tapped out at... Wow. Dang.
Hey, man.
The other problem with those amplifiers is that everyone wants to run them at 1 ohm, and it's like...
It's not.
It's not really made to do... It's made to do that because the owner's manual says so, but...
Well, it says so, but it's not.
Doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Anytime we do an RP amp, one of the bigger ones, we're always running them at whatever the next step down. So if they do 1 ohm, we're running at 2 ohm. I don't care. I will never have an issue with that amplifier if I run it at that. So I always go bigger than I need to.
Go with the 45.
Yeah, but if you're playing to win, power's the key.
Yeah.
Get batteries.
Yeah, definitely. When using a multiple amplifiers, for example, 4 amplifiers, do you have to use a box distribution RCA signal or you use a signal processor?
So are we talking like 4 sub-amps? What are we talking about here?
I'm guessing it's 4 amplifiers.
Well, it depends what you're trying to do. Like if you have 4 sub-amplifiers, you can daisy chain them. Most of those are going to have inputs, outputs, or master slaves. Otherwise...
Well, Dan Murphy sells these.
Yeah, but you need a line driver. I mean, you really should have some form of a line driver to up the voltage. If you're trying to split, every time you split an RCA, you lose half the voltage.
Yeah.
So if you start with 4 volts and you split it out to 4 amplifiers, you can only have half a volt of signal, or half a volt of 1 volt of signal going to each amplifier.
Yep.
So that's where something that has some form of a line driver built into it. That is the only thing you need a line driver for. When we were asked, you need a line driver, something like that. Now, if you have 4 amplifiers where you're going to go like tweeter amp, a mid bass amp, and a sub amp, or tweeter, mid, rear, sub. That's where DSP would definitely be the smart move there. Run 2 of those mini DSPs, you could have a killer setup. If you're gonna run, you're not gonna run 2 mini DSPs. You're just gonna buy the bigger DSP, the non-mini version, and then you'll have a great DSP because they have very similar functionalities. It's just bigger, and the amount of money that you'd spend on 2 of the minis, you could just buy the bigger one that's made to do the job. I'm jonesing for an audio control 5-channel amp. Also want to try out the Kicker 5-channel. You'd like the Kicker 5-channel. You're not going to see that audio control until next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the batteries. He said installing a second battery. It's most to use a battery
exactly,
insulator.
Robert. So battery isolator. Okay, no one actually uses what would be a battery isolator anymore. They always use just high-powered relays, so they make a 200 amp and a 500 amp relay. Somehow those have turned into battery isolators in the sense that they are isolating a battery from one another when the power is off. It is not a true battery isolator in the sense of what an isolator used to be, was 3 high-powered diodes inside of a heatsink. And what they would do is truly isolate out each battery. Your alternator would come in, and then you'd have 2 diodes that would isolate them batteries, so they could actually physically never talk to one another.
So they don't make it anymore?
No, they still make them. No one ever uses them. Mainly because in the modern electrical system in a car, it's way too sophisticated to do something silly like that. Okay? Because...
Well, cars tell you
the alternator needs to talk to the battery now, and if they're not doing that, then bad things can happen. So they're isolating the fact that when you turn the key off, the 2 batteries go like this.
Yeah.
Now, where that becomes helpful is that if you have a huge battery bank in the back and a small battery bank in the front, now follow me on this one. This is where this gets really silly. This is one of those silly things in car audio that everyone just kind of skirts around the issue. I'm not going to do that tonight. So let's say I have 3 batteries in the back and I have 1 battery under the hood, and I want to put an isolator in there that's going to isolate the front battery from the back battery. The only benefit... Johnny's in the house!
What's up, Johnny?
The only benefit I'm going to get from that is that if I wire it properly, meaning that the front battery is never connected to the rear battery when I have it on key, okay, or I have a way to shut it off, it means if you're sitting in a parking lot banging the hell out of it, you'll be able to flick that switch, turn that relay back on, or off, and start up the car, because that battery was never attached to those back batteries. That's about the only advantage you're going to get from an isolator. However, most of the time the isolator relay hooks up to key. So when you turn the key on, all 4 batteries connect up, and you kill all 4 batteries. That sucks.
Wow.
All right? So that's totally useless. Not only that, everyone wants to put an isolator between the front battery and the back battery. Great, cool. What about the 3 batteries in the trunk that are all talking to one another? Where's the isolator for those? No one's going to buy an isolator for each battery in the back. That would just be silly. Okay? So is it necessary? If it's a daily driver where you get in your car and you drive every day of the week and you're putting a constant flow of current between the front and back batteries, meaning the alternator is always going, is the relay necessary? I'm going to say no. Really all you need is fuses, a lot of fuses, so that no battery can blow up the car. Now, if the car is a weekend fun little pretty car where it's going to only come out and bang on the weekends, an isolator is great. However, keep in mind that those back batteries are still going to beat the crap out of one another, going, I want power, I want power, I want power. Okay, so that's where having a slow or a charger for those that you can plug in during the week will keep a constant flow of power coming into them, so they will not try to eat each other up. So that's that. If you take that for what it's worth, I'm not a fan of them anymore. I haven't used them for years. I think they were useless when they came out. The only time those things were actually cool was when Orion made the multi-battery regulator, also known as the MBR70, that actually did something. Up until now, for some reason that technology went bye-bye. I'm guessing there again because cars have gotten way too sophisticated to do stuff like that. So have a lot of fun. But that's my thought on the relay. You do what you want.
Who makes a better DSP for high-res music? Audison or Helix?
Okay, so I can tell you that Audison is high-res audio approved.
Okay.
So on the, because I was looking at the Bit HD today, and it has a big sticker on it that says high-res audio. So they are capable. They've got approval. I don't know how they did that. Guess they opened some holdings in Japan.
But a lot of people like Mosconi.
Nobody likes Mosconi.
Are you kidding me?
But we're talking about Audison.
No, I know, but
those are the only 2 we're talking about
for
here.
high res. I mean,
no, Mosconi makes the high res player. I mean, I don't know. Helix makes that super crazy expensive $5,000 DSP, and I'm sure is going to kick the crap out of anything Audison makes. I don't think you're going to go wrong with either one of those. Okay.
Right.
If you're looking at a Bit HD and you're looking at an expensive Helix, real simple. Download both their software and see which one you understand. That's all there is to it. When you're talking about a $1,000 DSP, you have to understand how it works. Other than that, you're gonna, dude, it's like, okay, do I want the red Ferrari or do I want the blue Ferrari? Which one do I want? That's what it comes down to. High res just means it can play up to 40,000, right? No. No, it doesn't. There are a little more caveats. That is the excuse that people that just want to blow it off will say, Johnny. Oh, it's only got to play up to 40,000. And trust me, have you heard high res at all yet, Johnny? Like real high res? Because if you have, you have to hear it. When you hear it in the right environment, you're gonna be like, damn. That's all you're gonna say. High res compatible is the new CD ready. In some cases, I was gonna go digital, but Alpine PXE09 for high res and signal in and RTA out, RTA. Okay. Blue. I like that. That's just it. Blue. A real voltage swing isolator is what's needed. Yeah, I mean, there again, alternators are definitely. Yeah, I heard it at Knowledge Fest and some Kenwood system. No. Okay, Kenwood. Okay, you probably heard that big. Yeah, Kenwood had it there. I'm gonna go with Robert on that one. It's the high res and the Kenwood is technically yes. So it's like it's an alarm clock that says digital, but like a real high res system where you like a Focal, even though Focal's not high res, but like if you hear like some Utopia M stuff playing high res music and you're just like, oh my god, like not the speaker for me, but the clarity and the definition that comes out of it will just make you just, oh my, it's stupid. It's stupid. Do you guys do a lot of big 3 wiring? No. I don't, because there again, a lot of the newer cars we work on, doing a big 3 upgrade is not exactly the best thing to do. A lot of the times these computers in the cars are reporting back and forth, meaning they're monitoring the resistance. And when that changes, You know, Lance, after talking today, I came up with a bunch more questions. I don't remember what they are right now. So with a high DAC player, definitely with a high DAC player, the bit HD is high res. What was the question that we were just trying to figure? Does the bit HD have an up mixer for the center channel? You'll know the answer to that, Lance. Down converters. Love down converters. Sometimes you bring me down. What if what if it's only one secondary battery and only drive on weekend, still need an isolator? That would be a really good idea to have, only because, like I said, when those two batteries sit for that extended period of time,
yes,
they will do this, and they will eventually just keep getting, and they'll kill each other. That is the one benefit of an isolator, is that to separate those two batteries. That's what it's made for. And now if it starts every other day or something like that, but still, for that use, I would use it. Yes, it does. All right, so the question earlier was, someone asked if the, what DSPs have up mixers. The bit HD does.
That's one, yeah.
I'm excited.
The Kenwood high res, sorry, but no. I don't sound like others.
The PXE X09 is so much better than the 850, but you buy, have to get it from China, no lock on amp screws. Robert, yeah.
PXA?
PXE09, that's the amp we can't get here. That's the stuff we can't get here. Amp screws. So, I think I just texted him. So, he's looking for amp screws for an Alpine.
Okay.
There's a company in California called Pack Parts. It's Pack Parts, not to be confused with Pack-Audio or anything, okay? Pack Parts is the parts distributor for Alpine. So, like, you can't call up Alpine, as you found out, and, like, buy stuff from them for their products. All their secondary goods all go to Pack Parts. So, harnesses, terminals, anything. So, I sent you a link to their site.
Website?
On I don't remember what media we were on that I responded back, but Pack Parts is, if there's anyone that's going to have it, they're the ones going to have it. Now, if it's just a screw and you're trying to figure out what a screw is, what screw it is, okay, for like $20 on Amazon, you can buy this necklace right here, all right? And what this necklace is designed to do is tell you what every single size screw is that's available to you, and its size constraints. So it goes pretty small. It might not go small enough for that one, but this one goes all the way down to a number 6 screw here, and it goes all the way down to, I think, an M4. So there are other versions of this that have more, but something like this will tell you what any screw is. So whether you're doing car audio or not, this is pretty awesome to have. This one is made by Thread Checker, the original Thread Checker. So you may want to think about getting one of these.
All right.
Saved our butt countless times, that is for sure.
All right, Dusty said it is possible to replace a factory non-Bose radio 8-inch screen on a 2019 Chevy Colorado.
I like that. To figure out your nuts tool? Exactly. Who would have thought?
Yeah, or
Sexy necklace.
do I have to use a LAN driver? Dealership says no.
Dealership says no. So what kind of car is it?
It's a 2019 Colorado non-Bose.
That's
it's
what we just
same
did.
One what we just did. But
Yeah, it's just it. No, dude, let me tell you what.
Nothing.
The non-Bose Colorado, that's the one we just did. So if you haven't seen the video, go watch 5 Minutes with 5 Star. You can kind of fast forward through it anytime you see the blue truck. There's 2 days that we talked about it. There's no harness available for it right now. All right, so that's the only suck on it. And I will tell you, so you got to pull the dash bezel off, pull the radio out, and the factory radio is located. It's a big silver box behind there. There's 2 plugs that you're worried about. They're identical to one another. On one plug, it has 7 of the speaker wires, and on the plug, it has the 8 speaker wires. And they're for the passenger rear door. I believe they're the green and the green with a black stripe. Okay. Now, you got to cut the harness right now because no one has one. So you go down about 3 inches. You can cut the harness. You can solder in your terminals. What you want to do is turn the chime level down in that car all the way. You can go into the settings for the car. You can turn down all the way, and it actually turns down pretty far. And even with the amplifier, it stayed pretty low, so that was kind of nice. The signal coming out of that radio is wonderful. I mean, it's not bad. Okay, it's really not bad. It does need obviously a little bit of equalization. if you want to take it to that extent, like if you're going to get a DSP, it's totally worth it.
Crazy.
If you're using something that has auto, like if you're using a product that has an auto de-equalization built into it, I'm sure it would fix it just like that, because the EQ curve on it is very mellow. Make sure the bass mid treble on the radio is turned off. Turn off that driver volume crap. But we put it right into the Kicker Q class, tuned it up, and honestly, it was one of the best sounding cars we've done in a while. Really liked it.
LJ Custom has a T harness. I buy one. Oh wow.
Ooh, really?
Oh, okay.
Can you send me a link?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. If we're friends on Facebook, send me a link. I'd really seriously. Yeah,
because
I want to find out who makes it
exactly.
and go get it, because that's the same harness that they're using in the full size pickup trucks and the Camaro. I know someone's gonna have one in the next 2 months, but it's just a matter of I need one today.
You have that one in Teesprings?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
This one is not on Teesprings. We never put this one on Teesprings because this one was designed to just be the store shirt, so I didn't put this one on Teespring. I don't know. At the time, it seemed like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we only use this for the store shirts, and then every one we print. So I put up 2 shirts. I put up this shirt, and I put up the shirt that has the circuit board behind it. And everyone, meaning Paul and Fernando, were like, "Ooh, I like this one." And I was like, "Okay." And then I printed both. And which one do you like? The one with the circuit board?
I like boom, yeah.
Yeah, you like the one with the circuit board. So we printed all these shirts, and they're like, I like the other one. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube. Of course there is. I don't know. So, like, with the holidays coming up, I think this is a hoodie. It might be. I'll tell you what. I'll reevaluate. I'll see if I still have this image.
I think it's a hoodie, yes.
And I'll put it up as a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Why not? I have seen the new Alpine INE 970. Yeah, I've seen, the only thing I've seen on it is the same thing you probably have, which is Alpine, whatever his name is, talking about all the new features it has. I'm curious about the price. The Alpine has the new 970. It's a DSP. It's a resistive touchscreen as opposed to crappy. It's got HDMI input. It's got all the features you'd want, including navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I just want to see how much it is, because it could be a game changer. It could totally be a game changer. Yes, the design that you guys are wearing is on a hoodie, just smaller. Okay, so I thought it was on a hoodie.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's only in white. Can you get it? Really? All right. I got to go back in black. Yeah, I got to go back in and change a few things for the holidays. So if you're patient, I'll have it fixed in the next week or so.
It is possible to retain the factory backup camera if you change your radio.
In most situations, it's totally possible to retain it. There are a few newer cars that is not possible yet. Like if you have a brand new Dodge Ram, you can't, because there's no one making a converter yet. But yes, so for the most part, like most iData harnesses, which are the RRs, come with all the retention cables in the box, which makes things super easy. Keep in mind too, an RR, if you don't have an RR compatible radio, can still be used as a standalone harness. So like if you pick up like an Alpine ILX W650, you can still use an RR harness. You're just not going to get like tire pressures in the door and stuff like that. But you can still use like the steering wheel control, the backup camera retention, all that stuff is all still fully functional on the radio. Or with that radio. It just looks at it as just a generic smart harness, not an intelligent harness.
Alright, I'm working on a SQ type setup in my Tundra. I'm using Apple Music on my iPhone, connected to the Pioneer CarPlay deck via USB. What are your thoughts on getting a DAC to optical to the JL Tweak 88? I am using a JL HD amps and Focal KRX2 speakers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would. Why not? Totally. Definitely. Get a DAC. Go optical into the Tweak. I mean, if you don't need any of the features that are on the radio, totally. $800. Oh, okay, so it's going to be $800. For the new Alpine.
Oh, wow.
That's actually pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, $800 retail, it's got a nice screen, so that automatically just... So, it's designed to compete with an 8500. But, okay, it's designed... Well, okay. Actually, it's designed to compete with stuff that doesn't exist. Because, like, it would be more of an 8200 because the 8200 had, or an 8400, because 85 has wireless CarPlay. This does not have wireless, so it's wired. And that piece was $900. So no, actually $800 isn't a bad price. I mean, you get nav, you get CarPlay, you get Android Auto, you get HDMI, you get dual USB, so it's got dual USB. You get the right screen, you get a capacitive touch screen instead of crappy clear resistive. I think it's going to be a hot piece for Alpine. I think Alpine is really stepping up their game and trying to come out with products that we actually like. Any particular DAC? No idea. I mean, honestly, when you get the... So, okay, so just had this conversation today with somebody because we were trying to figure that out because it was like, out of the iPhone, you got to go with the USB kit, and then you got to go out of the USB kit and there's some kind of a DAC, but you have to find a DAC that goes to TouchLink, which is kind of going to be the tough part.
All right, you cannot retain the backup camera on a JL?
Yeah. Well, it's the same as the it's the same
RAM?
as the RAM. Yeah, so they're the new cameras. So they're not out yet. You can't retain them yet.
Okay.
Wow, they're proud of those harnesses. You know, $275 for a harness?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, why not?
That's $275 for just a harness, man. Are they making it themselves? 3D printing the thing? Good lord.
One by one.
The screen is resistive. Not crap. Yeah. So it's. Oh, it is resistive? Screen is resistive, not crap. It's not capacitive. Oh, I thought it was capacitive touch. Oh, then $800 then. It's like a 7200 then. Either way,
so disappointed.
I am disappointed. I thought it was because
hey,
GTA Alpine is making an interface with their restyle kit. All right, so so the new JL Alpine interface radio that's $3,500.
Yeah.
Killing it.
All right.
Chinatown in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, Marty's at Chinatown.
Yes. Oh, really?
What's up, Marty? We were just talking about Aussie irons today. I had a guy this weekend send me a text, and he was like, I'm trying to figure out which iron I should buy. And I was like, he goes, because he knows we have the Milwaukee and we have the Aussie irons. And I was like, okay, so all I can tell you is this: I'm on my third Milwaukee. You're on your second Milwaukee. I'm on my first Aussie iron, and you're on your first Aussie iron. I went ahead and bought the second Aussie iron. Go from there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he's talking about how he buys Snap-on tools and all this other stuff. So I'm like, it's worth the money.
Actually, when I post the video of engraving the Aussie iron,
all right, so Lance is chiming in for us, trying to figure out when we're talking about the iPod to that. Audison makes the C20 that does digital coax to TouchLink.
There you go.
Check that out. And that was the piece we were looking at today.
Yeah.
Marty got a snow. Oh, that's funny.
Go get the
Aussie Iron.
AussieIronUS.com.
Chicago checking in. Chicago, bang bang.
Yeah.
Hi, Sue. Jason says hi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
hang on. I'm trying to find this. Will our... Hang on.
Keep going.
Go up.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Okay, never mind. Will I hurt my Morel Maximus if I run in over 100 watts RMS to use the mid-bass driver? I'm running them active, and I'm going set up using the DD plus.
Oof.
Should I go gain overlap?
No. Keep the gain down. Okay. Set yourself up for success. Two things you have to keep in mind. Probably more than two. A couple things you have to keep in mind. Makes more sense. One, you gotta make sure you have the proper crossover points. Key, power is not what blows the speaker, okay? It's the effects of bad things happening in the power that blow the speakers. So if you have the proper crossover points, if you have the amplifier to where it's not clipping, because gain overlap is only designed around the concept that you're listening to music that may or may not have volume, okay? So you want to have some headroom there. So if, for example, all you listen to is current music, well, there's no reason for gain overlap because all the current music is recorded with as much loudness as humanly possible. So you're going to have to crank that volume knob up to Now, speakers are designed to handle a certain amount of distortion. That's also what makes gain overlap. That's why you put a subwoofer at 10 dBs of gain overlap and a smaller tweeter at a smaller amount of gain overlap, because you just want some room there to go on the volume knob to add in a little bit more if it needs it. So like if all you're listening to is, let's say, 70s and 80s rock music, and every now and then you listen to new stuff, well, having a little bit of room there to move, so when you're listening to 70s, 80s rock, you can turn it up to where it actually distorts, and then turn it back down for when you're playing the newer stuff. That takes a lot of control on your own part. Now, 100 watts of those speakers, they should handle that. It shouldn't be no problem. If you keep in mind that you have to have all the other stuff in check. The power isn't going to blow it. I had a set of Kenwood 7x10s that I ran 250 watts to each one, okay?
7x10s?
Yeah, they're in the attic still.
Wow.
Okay? Big freaking amplifier. Bigger than, full class A, B, 250 watts a channel. This thing was a beast. 7x10s. Ran them, ate them like a champ, okay? Because it was set up properly, all right? It's all it comes down to. The other thing, too, the best detection for when you're going to blow a speaker, these guys right here. When stuff stops sounding the way it's supposed to, and you'll know it, you always do, you just don't. You just regard it. I wasn't paying attention.
What are you talking about? Just turn it off
so
more.
Turn it down.
All right.
I like to party all the time.
This is going to be the
Eddie
last.
Murphy style.
Yeah, this is going to be the last
ahead.
question. 2016 F-150 non-amplified system installing a JL 5-channel amp using an LC7i. In the salesman's truck. Now I have no navigation voice. Any suggestions? It's a 2016 F-150.
Where did you get your signal? Did you get it out of the fronts and the rears? Because the fronts are where the navigation audio is coming from. So if it was a Sony system, I could see where you'd have problems. If it's just a base model system, make sure you tapped into the front two speakers. So that was key, because all the navigation and all that stuff comes through the front two speakers. So if they're not connected, that would be why you're not having any audio. A lot of people just like grab the rear speakers and go from there. You're not going to get any audio that way. The VXI amplifier and the Porsche we did sounded freaking amazing. Blew our minds, and I'm not exaggerating with that. We were totally shocked because the few people we talked to about it were like, I don't know if that's going to be enough power, and it was plenty of power. It sounded wonderful.
Crazy.
What we probably would have done different if we were designing the system is I would have turned it into a 6-channel amplifier, kind of like what you're talking about. Maybe not done the rear speakers. This had no rear speakers in it. I would have ran it 3-channel and gone 1 and 2 tweeter, 3 and 4 mid, 5 and 6 this mid bass, 7 and 8 that mid bass, just because the GB 6.5s that we were running could handle a lot more power than that. So, but there was it still wasn't lacking any mid bass, so it sounded phenomenal. So yeah, you could do that. We had to use channels 5 and 6 to power the 10-inch woofer we put in the back. Surprisingly, did that amazing too. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, obviously because nothing could be a 10 in the world of gymnastics, that was definitely a 9 as far as the happy factor and performance output. I was impressed. Yeah. The only, where you got to pull points away for on that amplifier is that god-awful printer plug that they use. I get it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just ugly. And someone that is worried about cosmetics as much as I am and making the wiring look as pretty as I can, that one really posed a challenge for me. But as you saw in the picture, we did a lot of creative things with the wiring, with levels and neat stuff to get it to where it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today, guys. It's been Monday. Remember, tune in tomorrow on YouTube. We'll remind you again on the 5 Minutes of 5 Star. It might even come on. But tomorrow we have Ernie Hartman on from Amp Global. It is our PAC show. We are going to talk all about PAC, Stinger. Any questions, any technical questions about Stinger, PAC, you name it, if it's Amp Global related, he'll be here to help us. So that's what we're going to concentrate on tomorrow. So if you've had any interface issues or steering wheel controls or backup camera or anything like that, stuff you were asking today, he's the guy. He's going to help us. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be on YouTube, not here on Facebook. So, and it'll be at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, just like our normal show. You'll still get, it's just a bonus show. He wanted to come on and answer questions, so it'll be there. DNF Tool Drawers is a place you can find all the cool tools we use. Teespring/store/5 stars where you can find the cool shirts. Apparently not this one, but you can find that one. Patreon, we recorded some new podcasts today. One will be going up this week, so you'll get another video podcast just for you, Bobby. And of course, the audio version will be going up as well for those that are not Patreon members. That's it. That's fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. Remember, you can hear us every day, or almost every day. 5-star on Instagram at 5 minutes with 5-star. Check us out there. If we don't, we answer questions on that one too. And of course, Saturday we'll be back to have lots of fun. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans. You guys are phenomenal for doing something the rest of us didn't do. I know, right? Okay, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.